Since 1995 to 2025, a 30 years of cycle, from the birthplace of Rio de Janeiro, Brazil to the gateway of Amazon, the cycle is still ongoing and the crisis and the discussions still ongoing parallelly on the stage of United Nations Climate Change Conference, or better say, COP30. We all know that COP is extremely important regarding our discussions of future goals for the climate crisis and the strategies and the adaptations policies. And the stage is extremely important because around 200 countries always participates regarding the discussion of climate crisis. Last year in COP29 Baku, the discussion was extremely important regarding climate finance, regarding the strategy and the goal of climate financing for the developing countries who are facing extreme climate trauma and the crisis of climate victims and increase of the climate refugee crisis for the countries. This year is the gateway of Amazon, and we all know the crisis starts from the rainforest because the Amazon is facing the deforestation crisis. Extreme deforestations in Amazon and unusual use of the resources of the forest is creating man-made disaster for the next generation Earth. We already discussed regarding a carbon emission limit and the credit from the emissions which will be furnished on a better world for the next generation future targets. We all know that control of emissions is extremely important, and to save Amazon is crucial duty not only for the Brazil, for all over the country. European Union to South American countries and North American countries already share their views regarding our targets to control the emissions, and also leading with the China's policies, and also India is a part of the support from the issue of crisis. Since 2015, we all discussed about the Paris Agreement policies. But in 10 years, how much it is furnished, how much it is used, and how much it is implicated for developing countries and also developed nations regarding control of emissions for the business purpose and the industrial zones. It is very important point of discussions for this year COP30 Belém, Brazil. The leader's responsibilities is not only to discuss, it is to be implicated properly for the indigenous communities, the ruler of the world since 5,000 years. And this is the particular statement should discuss in this COP30 Belém, Brazil. I already discussed that around 6 million people in Brazil as indigenous communities are facing crisis of water resource management, even on drinking water and the sanitation processes. And they are facing crisis from extreme disaster of the losing of the dam from the Dalhousie River, which is facing the crisis of toxic chemicals. And this is the time of to save the indigenous communities. We always lost our connectivity from the indigenous communities and counted him as uncounted people. But this is not our responsibility, or this is not our responsibility regarding removing their identity from the world. In this United Nations Climate Conference, where more than 200 countries is participating regarding the discussion of the United Crisis and regarding the crisis of the world. This is the key time for discussion for the indigenous communities from Sundarban, from the crisis of the Sri Lanka, crisis of the Myanmar, crisis of the Bangladesh, from the global south to global north, from Brazil, Argentina, Peru, each and every part of the world, and it is the specific of the African countries who are facing the extreme crisis. I already informed that Namibia animals as losing their identities, and they are starting their new biodiversity for the food crisis, food security. And this Belém, Brazil is extremely important for food discussions, also the simultaneously for climate financing, and also the future development goals on carbon credits. This is very important point of discussions for this COP30 Belém, Brazil. Thank you.